who really have a power before modern government existed. Do you know that? So, today we are going to talk about the feudal system. So, what is a feudal system? Feudal system was social, economic, and political system. So here we talk about social, society, human lives, economic or economy, talking about agriculture, farming, all the aspects of economy. Okay, industry, trade, etc. And political, here we talk about the government system, monarchy, republic, or democracy. Okay, so the feudal system was all this social, economic, and political system. Okay, that dominated medieval Europe, Middle Ages, this period of Middle Ages in Europe, especially between the 19th and 15th centuries, between the 19th centuries until the 15th centuries. It was based on the exchange of land, okay, for loyalty and services. The exchange of what? Of land. Here we talk about farming, agriculture, when we talk about land. For loyalty and services, here we talk about the politics and economy. Politics and economy. Okay? So, this is the key idea or the key point from the feudal system. Okay? Feudal system. The exchange of land for loyalty and services. This is the purpose. The exchange of land for loyalty and services. Okay, so let's discover more things, so more informations about this key idea. Okay, so now let's start by the key features of the feudal system. So let's start by the classes, class division. Okay, so here where power is divided between a central government and regional authorities. Okay, so let's start by the first class, the king or the monarch. Here the most powerful class is the king and monarch and his family. So here the king owned all the land and gave parts of it to nobles, lords, in exchange for loyalty and military support. So here the king owned the land and he gave land to lords. Okay, lords, nobles. So, in the second class, bourgeois class, or rich people here, lords, nobles, controlled large estates and offered protection to the people living on their lands. Okay, they received services or payments from peasants. Okay, so lords or nobles gave land to knights. This taxation. Things given and things taken. Things given and things taken. So lords or nobles get land to people and protect people living in their lands, but in condition, so they received services and payments from peasants. Okay, so the controller class. Now the third class, vassals. Okay, people who pledged loyalty to a lord in return for land or protection. Here, vassals is people who pledged loyalty to a lord in return for land or protection. Okay, this peasant worked the land. Okay, yes. So peasants and serfs worked the land. Peasants worked the land for the lords and had a few rights. This is the last class. Okay, so they were tied to the land and called it live without permission. Right? This is the inequality, social inequality, injustice for this class, the lower class. So, vassals is pledged loyalty to a lord, okay, in return for land or protection. So they need or they search the protection, okay, from lords, nobles, okay, because why? Because nobles gave land to knights, okay, and they in condition received services and payments, taxation, okay. You should pay for take a land extra, yes, and this is as a condition, okay. So here is the social injustice or social inequality of the feudal system, advantages and disadvantages of the feudal system. So the king here honored the land, but he gave the land to lords, nobles, and lords gave the land to knights. Peasants worked the land, and but you should pay. You should pay, and you shouldn't leave without permission. The land, leave the land without permission. This is social injustice, right? Yes. But the feudal system was common in the medieval ages, or the medieval Europe, Middle Ages. This is a fact of the Middle Ages. Okay, so the feudal system, in short, the feudal system shaped medieval Europe, European society. European society is more societal by linking land. Here, talking about economy, so we're talking about farming, okay? Loyalty and protection. 3 key points: linked land, loyalty, and protection. So, land owned by the king, okay? And king give the land to the nobles and the lords, okay? And lords and nobles gave the land, to knights. The knights, they need loyalty, okay, and also gave protection for the people who live in their lands, okay. Yes, is the peasants, and the peasants worked the land, okay, worked the land, but they can't live without permission, okay. So this is 3 points linked together: land, loyalty, and protection. But it also created rich social classes, inequalities, it's class division, okay.